Hey Stampers, it's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie here with week 4 of week 8 of, week 8 weeks of Halloween projects. That was a tongue twister. Week 4, definitely. If you missed any of the other videos, I'll put a link below to last week's video so that you can see it, and you should be able to see the other videos also. There will be a link in the description for the previous videos if you missed it. Today we are using a new stamp set from Stampin' Up called Trick or Treat, and it's from the 2018 holiday catalog. And it's just a really fun set with some cute whimsical characters that I like to have on my Halloween projects. And today we're going to create a treat with a Reese's peanut butter cup inside. And we're going to be using the envelope punch board. Haven't used this in a while, so I thought I would get it out and create a treat. So let's put this stamp set aside and let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is a piece of cardstock, and this is Gorgeous Grape. This is a brand new color this year, cut at 5 by 5. You're also going to need a piece of designer paper, and this is from the Toil and Trouble designer paper that is also with this suite in the holiday catalog. It's 12 by 12 double-sided sheets, and you're going to need a piece cut at 1 1/4 by 6 3/4. So the first thing we're going to do, you can see all the different sizes. This envelope punch board will make an envelope in all of these different sizes. You can also create some other projects with it too, but today we're going to create this envelope and just leave the top flap open. So we're going to start at the measurement 2 3/8, and we're going to punch, and then there's a little groove right here, and you want to catch it up at the edge of this and just follow it down. So the next time you come around, you don't need to worry about a measurement. You're just going to follow this line and punch and stamp, and you're going to do that all the way around on all 4 sides. And then the next thing that you want to do is on the back of this here, there's a corner rounder, so we're just going to round all 4 sides. And then we're done with the envelope punch board. The envelope punch board can be found in the annual catalog, and that can be found at my online store at stampitwithdebbie.stampinup.net. So you want to fold the 2 long sides, and then you also want to fold the bottom and just burnish it with your bone folder. Now this piece is the one that needs to go in first, and then we'll do these 2. So we want to have a pretty strong adhesive on here. I'm going to use the tear and tape, and I'm just going to run 2 pieces right along here. It's the flap that's going up. We just want to take the backing off and then fold this side in, and I probably should put a little piece on there too, just to hold that to the other side. All right, and now our little envelope is made. The next thing that we need to do is I'm going to use it's called Spooky Bats Punch from the holiday catalog, and I'm going to punch a couple bats here. And I'm going to use my liquid adhesive. This is the Tombow adhesive. I've just taken it out and put it in a different container because it's got a smaller end on it, and I think it's easier to control that way. So I'm going to put just 2 bats on there. And then the next thing I want to do is get my detailed trio punch, and this punch is also in the annual catalog. It will round a corner, it will punch a hole in the top. So I'm just going to feed that right up in there and get it as centered as I can. You can turn it over. Another trick actually that I have been doing is that's the center. So I'm going to turn that over. and then I can see that hole through there, and then all you're gonna do is see the hole and then punch towards the front. This is not a punch that you need to punch in the center. You're just going to punch whichever side you need, like the corner rounder you would punch on this side. So we're all done with that. We're gonna add a little bit of the glittered organza ribbon, and it's very sparkly. Just gonna take a little piece of that. And feed it through the top. And then I'm going to take a piece of black linen thread and I'm going to cut off a length of that and tie a bow around there to hold that in place. And then I like to just cut these off at an angle. It just makes them look a little cuter and finished if you add that little angle. And then the last thing we need to do for this part is we're going to put a piece of designer paper around here. So I like to use a strong adhesive just so it won't come off. Again, I'm going to use the tear and tape. I'm going to put one on each ends and in the middle. You could use the Tombow liquid glue, but you would have to hold it in place for, you know, maybe a minute or so just to make sure that it was going to hold in place. Or you just use another strong adhesive. I like the tear and tape. And I'm going to start in the middle. Oh, start in the middle here. Wrap it around and just kind of crease it very tightly there. And bring it to the back, and then I'll bring my other side around to the back and make sure that it's adhered very well. I have cut out a few pieces just so you don't have to watch me do that. I have a piece of basic black, and that's cut out with the stitched framelits. I also have a piece of gorgeous grape, and I am going to just, oh, I'm going to use a dimensional, so I'll wait on that. I have a piece of scrap paper that I'm going to stamp my little bird on here with the Memento black ink. And there's not a lot of coloring to this little bird, so I just have a couple of the Stampin' Blends markers. I have those in the dark pumpkin pie for the beak, and his feet. And then I also have the light mango melody, and I'm going to use that for his feathers. And then the rest is just the sheet. You could color that in with smoky slate if you wanted to. And then I'm going to use, I have a punch, a circle punch, 1 3/8. I'm gonna put him in there and cut him out, and then I'm going to adhere that to the piece of gorgeous grape that I already cut out in a circle using the layering circles. And I'm going to use a couple of the dimensionals on the back of this. Just to pop it up a little bit. Oh, I guess that one's off. And then I'm going to attach, I don't think it was off, that to this here. And then just the regular snail. Those things are everywhere. To put that on here in the center of the card. Now I just need my Trick or Tweet, and I'm going to use the stamp from the Trick or Tweet. Stamping out a little scrap of Whisper White. It's 1/2 inch by, I'm not sure, maybe 2 inches. And I did get this a little tall, so I think I'm going to cut it down a little bit. I'm going to cut a banner on the end, both ends actually. And I'm going to use a few dimensionals on the back of this. And just put it there at the bottom. Now I'm ready to put in my Reese's treat. And I'm ready to pass this out to someone. If you love this project, I hope that you will hit subscribe below so that you never miss a project from me. And also, if you need any products for this or any other project that you're doing, you can visit my store at stampitwithdebbie.stampinup.net, and there you'll find the holiday catalog and the annual catalog and the clearance rack. I appreciate you stopping by today, and I hope to see you again soon.